just...
There's like all different cameras. I don't even know which one to look at.
No. Our attention will be here. So... Share it. Live with my nephew. Okay, now everything is good. Okay.
So now we're officially on. Everything officially. Alright.
This is going down in history, bro.
So we're back here again, part 2 of the stream. We're here to talk about some love, positivity, all that stuff, just about life. We're about to sit here. We're about to have the time of your life. Listen to us. Let's go. So first off, we're gonna start off with love.
With love, alright.
Love.
That's good.
Love. Because love is the most addicting drug in this world.
You're absolutely correct.
Yes. Because it makes you do.
Thanks for the bits. I love when you just drop in.
Thank you.
I'll help you hang
Appreciate
out
it for listening to us.
Yes.
But love can make you do some seriously bad things and some seriously good
Then
things.
is it love?
Yes.
Because
then it
is
becomes
love
toxic.
actually bad?
Exactly. So now getting to the topic of love, I want to know about how your love life is.
How my love
How
life is?
you been doing?
Alright, this is how my love life is, alright? I don't have one. No, I'm just kidding. So, I mean, we never really talk about that.
I know we never.
So, I'm gonna give you a rundown. So it's gonna be a little bit. If you feel like you're not following, give me a sign.
What?
Okay? Because usually I can tell, but I'd rather
Yeah.
participate and be
Of course.
like, bro,
I'll raise my
I
hand.
lost it. Okay. Alright. The way I was raised was to respect women, okay?
Yes. Of course.
Just
I know
kidding.
it is.
Well, like yes and no. So growing up, my only experiences with girls were just the guy friend that had a lot of girlfriends. Not like girlfriends, but they were all girls. So then I got to like kind of dive deeper with them more than like a lot of my peers because of the way that my mindset towards them wasn't the same as my peers. So I just like always just saw them as people, which is a good thing, right? Whereas a lot of my peers did not, and I don't blame them for that. And so, but also because of the way I was raised, I've always been like super timid with girls, and not typically be the one to take the first leap. Okay, and it was kind of like that for a while. Got into like a relationship when I was 16. That was like almost a 2-month thing. It was weird for me because she already had a lot of experience, and so she kind of like led the relationship, and so like she was the first girl I had kissed and like had held hands with and all that kind of stuff. It was nice, but it was also like nerve-wracking. My ex-girlfriend was more like serious and a little bit more mature, and like she met my parents and everyone liked her, that kind of stuff.
Can I know the name?
It's Taylor.
Taylor was the first one?
Yeah, and you know Taylor.
Yeah,
Everyone knew Taylor. So that was almost the year. That was cool because that opened up a lot of different things for me, especially about like my self-confidence, physical, all those things. So that was cool. But the way that I imagined relationships was the way everyone else did too. So like monogamous, all those things, right? But then I dated one more girl. She was Khmer. She's really attractive, but we had like one fallout because she like saw messages of me like messaging someone, which is fine because like I don't give a shit if she looks through my stuff, but she interpreted it really bad, and I don't blame her. But even though the person that I was talking to was like literally just my friend that I've been friends with for a long time, she could just never get over it, and I didn't know what to do to like fix that, right? Because it went from like being like a cool relationship that was kind of chill, and she was older than me and way more responsible and stuff, to like hold on, crazy. Here's a chair. You know what, do whatever you want. Here's
Please welcome to our live stream.
So she, well, yeah, as soon as like that little fallout happened, she always brought it up all the time, right? I've never done anything, but just like we'll be hanging out, whatever, brings it up. And I would try to like brush it off and like prove myself that I'm really not a horrible person, I promise, right? But she'd always find a way to bring it up, and I'm just like, when are we gonna like get over this? Because I'm like, if I wanted to be with this person, I'd be with this person. But like, she's just a homie. Like, she's been a homie for years. So that just led to like, it just didn't get better, and then it started to get like worse. But so that was the thing. Now, after, and I think I was 19. That was like my last like relationship. 19 years old, right? So then after that, for the next, I'm 26 now. I guess 6.5 years, or I want to say like five years. I like didn't have a like I just avoided that world. I was like, girls are confusing, they're annoying, I don't want to deal with them, right? Because, and now another reason for me saying that is because I'm around guys and girls who are all dating, and they're always, it's like, okay, I'm like this one day, then I'm like this the other day, or the thing that gets me irked, right? So we have dance crews and stuff, we have rehearsals, and then someone's like, oh, I can't, cause like my girl, or my boyfriend. I hate that. When I hear that like, I was like, I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm like, it just sounds like a drag. Like, having the ability to do what you need to do and feel like what you want to do is so important that I'm not willing to give that up. So when I see everyone kind of like hard compromising, and or they start to drift from the friendships that they may have had, I'm like, oh, so I guess we were temporary, and this whole time you were just looking for this, and now that you found it, like, you're not around. So when I saw all of these patterns in my head, I was like, relationships are just a waste of my time, right? And I also found that I was the most consistent person. That meant if I said I was going to do something, I would do it. But when someone got into a relationship, there was no consistency with them. So I was like, you can't accomplish anything when you're in a relationship because you have a hard time committing to yourself, right? And then also people always come to me for advice. So I was like, yo, I don't want to do relationships. So I had a bad negative connotation with relationships. And so when it came to girls, so there's some good things and some bad things. The good things was that even to this day, like, I see them as people, which is very important. I don't like see them, I'm like, oh, I'm trying to holler. I don't think that way. I've never thought that way. It doesn't feel right to think that way. The idea of like hooking up for the sake of hooking up, all those things were foreign to me. So for a long time, I was just like, that was weird territory. I was like, oh, if I'm gonna be in a relationship, it has to be like long term. Like, I can only imagine long term, and I don't know where I got that idea from, but that's what I got. And so I was like that for a while. Then as I started to change and like progress, going from probably what you might have remembered me more as to being more in tune with my emotions, hanging out with different types of people, and exploring things outside of dance in my community, I started to change a lot. And then I started to question my feelings more. So like, I would pay attention. I was like, okay, I don't feel good right now. I was like, and then I noticed when I'm not happy, or if I have a meltdown, or if I have conflict, I'm like, what comes into my head? I was like, my default response to when I don't feel great is to work. So I was like, I'm a workaholic, cool. I was like, that's my default, right? And it could be as simple as this. For example, say I'm at home, I'm working on a project, and then you hit me up, which you did, and you were like, I'm gonna have a party Saturday, right? Yep. In the past, I would have sat there and been like, I would like sit and think really hard, because I'm like, like I want to work on my dreams and like make something, right? But then I'm like, but I'm not gonna be this young forever, and we're not all always gonna be here for each other like this. That was the fight that I felt for so many years. So I'd always be torn between choosing what I felt like would lead me to my happiness and success, to everyone's life around me right now, and how people are only going to be in college for so long, people are only going to be dancing for so long, people are going to start having kids, like, things are going to change. So when do I say yes, when do I say no? Biggest conflict for many years. And so while that's happening, I'm trying to remember my train of thought, talking about relationships and girls and stuff like that. Oh, so when I decided to like sit and like realize that I was a workaholic, I was like, let's do something different. I was like, when I feel this way, what do I really want? I was like, I want comfort. I wish I had a partner. I thought of all these things. I was like, wow, I've never like said that to myself before, because a part of me is also like, oh, that's a distraction. It's a waste of my time. So when I was so hardwired a certain way and fighting my own biology, it felt wrong. And so my biggest replacement is work, right? Because I get to be creative and I get to express myself and make these things, and I would find a lot of joy in that, to replace intimacy, right? But so as I started to make that connection more and more, I was like, oh, it'd be nice to have like someone. But I was like, but I don't want to just have someone because it's nice. I don't want to use somebody, right? So I was like, God, I still need to figure this shit out. I don't know. And then what happened? I started deconstructing why I had such a bad connotation with relationships. And then I hung out with Elmer. I went to his space and I was like, bro, I'm going through this thing right now where I'm trying to figure out what a relationship means to me because I don't know anymore, right? So I was like, I started unpacking my fears and my habits. So old school me, it's still a little present, but not as much because I'm changing. But I used to like treat, like if anyone would like flirt with me in the past, I would shut them down pretty hard. Any sign of flirting, shut them down, right?
Just curve them?
Easy, right? Also, like, I was in the mindset of like, you're not gonna put me in the friend zone, I'll put you in the friend zone, like now, right? It was a mix of things. It was, I don't want to treat a girl like she's an object, but I also don't want them to think just because they're attracted to me and they're attractive and they show me signs that I'm just gonna cave and be like, I'm like every other guy. I'm just gonna be like, wow, you're so attractive, and like, let's talk or do something. I was like, I don't want you to have that power over me. So that was an egoic thing, right? But it was ego, but it was also like, you know, to show someone like that's not enough. I was like, don't try to show me in that way. Like, talk to me, like have a real conversation with me, like show me like your intellect and like what you're passionate about and stuff. Like, that's interesting to me. But when you like flirt with me and there's no substance and you're not trying to get to know me, you're just trying to get my attention, I was like, I'm not into that. So I had all of these things that I've been going by for so many years that I forgot like why I was that way. And so once I had this, I was deconstructing what I thought a relationship was, and I unpacked it with Elmer. I was like, these are all the things that have prevented me from being in a relationship, which is fine. But I was like, now I'm gonna break every single one of them because I don't want to believe these things anymore. I'm still gonna like, so I was like, I don't know anymore. So I was like, I unpacked. I was like, let me change this. Saw psychics here and there, started, you know, tapping more into my feminine energy, all this fun stuff. And yeah, I just started to change, right? So I started now talking more about my feelings and then being more interested in trying to really understand people's feelings. Because I guess I didn't used to do that. I focused more on passion and motivation. Now I'm like passion, motivation, your past, your emotions, all that kind of stuff. And then I was like, let's try like a no label thing because I don't like labels, right? So moving forward in my life, I was like, I'm gonna just allow love, whatever that means, to come into my space without me judging it, just accepting it. It made me uncomfortable as fuck. I was not used to it. And love just meant like being more open to affection of any kind, because I noticed that like I might get stiff real quick, or so like if and it just, I don't know, like a touch or some shit, or I just kind of like overthinking when it came to those things. Like say, someone was just being affectionate, but it didn't have any type of like, it's not because they like me or anything like that, but they're just being affectionate. That would throw me off because I wouldn't embrace this. And I was like, I went to California, I saw a psychic, and at the end of everything that she said, she was like, the last thing I want to tell you is love is all around you. You just have to let it in. And I was like, fuck, I knew that. Now I'm gonna lower my guard and just let it all in without judging it, without putting any labels, just letting it in, right? And not taking responsibility. The other reason was because I felt like, and I've done this before, where people would be attracted to me, and I wouldn't be able to like reciprocate, and what was it? I just like the idea of like hurting someone in that way is like not appealing to me. So then that's why I just wouldn't bother altogether. I wouldn't even give them a shot, right? Whereas like moving forward, I'm just like, you know what, if you want to love me, whatever the fuck, you just that's if that's how you want to express your love, cool. And so I went from like no label, experimenting with that, and I did that because I don't know what it means to be in a relationship and all this kind of stuff, because I don't like the definitions that were created for us. And now, after going through that, the point of doing that was to understand myself more, to not have any expectations of my partner, to see if I have any deep insecurities like controlling, jealousy, any fears of abandonment. And I was like, zero. I was like, I ain't jealous. You can do your thing. I was like, all right, cool. So I'm very secure in myself. So after that whole thing was like over, I remember talking to my brother. I was like, bro, after that whole thing and like learning how to truly love someone unconditionally, regardless of, even if they're an asshole, I was like, because I was able to pull that off and have so much patience and not to judge them on their process, I was like, bro, I think I could date anybody now. I was like, I'm ready for a relationship. I would have never said that like last year. So the idea of a relationship to me now is different. A relationship to me is, I think what comes before that is knowing who you are and who you want to be, and being very firm on the vision of yourself, right? If I go into a relationship and I know that a part of me struggles with jealousy, I have to keep that in check. And I have to know what the protocols are for that, you know what I mean? So if I feel like I have protocols in place, I'm not burdening my partner with that stuff, it's my responsibility. So now I'm like, okay, I feel prepared. It doesn't matter what the fuck they do in their relationship. I'm good, right? So now I feel ready for a relationship. She can be crazy, or she can be like the fucking dream, right? And it doesn't matter, because I'm happy with myself, and I'm not gonna be in the relationship because I feel like I need someone, but because I want to be with them. So in a relationship now, like to get to the nitty gritty of it, I think a relationship is, and I know you didn't ask that specifically, but you said what's happening in my love life, and then I'll get to that. I think a relationship is just basically, I think now being as old as I am, and not necessarily studying relationships, but I am studying a lot of like psychology more, and like coaching and like business and health, that successful people have a vision for everything they want in their life. That like people have a vision for their business, for their day, and for their family. And so when I started hearing, I'm like, you have a strategy for your marriage. I was like, I've never heard of that before. They be meeting every Tuesday and they talk about their kids, their business, and then their marriage, and it's a strategy, and everyone's on the same page. No one's like, oh, you don't talk to me that much. It's like, oh, he's doing that because he's right now for the next 6 months, he's making that sacrifice so that he can clear up time for the family. But right now, this is what we have to go through in order to do this. That is the most mature shit I've ever heard in my life. And so having a vision for what your relationship is supposed to be, not who you think your ideal partner is. Everyone has like a checklist for a fucking partner, but it's supposed to be a vision, like a vision of what it means to be in a relationship and where you want it to go. And there are levels to it. Are you in an exploratory phase? You have a goal where you want to test, I test. Or are you ready to now be like, I want to build a family, so now I'm on search for looking for someone who is X, Y, and Z, and I want to, and the vision is like, I want to be able to communicate from the beginning, hey, you know, you're kind of cool, I am looking for something serious. If we don't end up getting there or whatever, like I just want to be honest. And then as you start to get serious, it's like, okay, so can we talk about having a vision? Like, what's yours? Like, what do you want for your life? What do I want for mine? And then if this, you know, picks up, let's try to now integrate each other into each other's lives. How are we going to do that? And why are we going to do it? Are we trying to make money together? Like all that stuff. So now in my life right now, I'm just open to, like I said, I was like, I'm ready to be in a relationship. Doesn't matter what level. Yeah. Always hungry when she comes here. Eating all my shit.
Who?
Doesn't pay for rent. She doesn't.
She had the
She
munchies.
doesn't like affection. She doesn't like anything.
She had the munchies.
Do you want anything?
Huh?
Do you want anything?
I just want affection.
I'll give you affection, but do you want any food?
I'm good. I'm still full from what we ate.
I know. Okay. You want anything?
That's okay, thank you.
So right now, I'm just open to relationships, and there isn't anything specific that's happening right now. But yeah, now when I look at people, I'm like, yo, I'm so secure that like what's good? I don't think I have like a standard right now for a partner because I'm not thinking about building a life with someone. I'm only thinking about making sure that my dreams become true and that I can be a good partner. Not I'm looking for someone to help me build my dreams. Because right now the dream and the business and the team is all I see. I don't see a partner. If a partner comes in, if they can be a part of that lifestyle and it fits their vision, that's perfect, right? But you can't really go searching for that. It just kind of falls into place as you become and grow to be that person. I'm open to dating. I'm open to real like relationships, no labels. I'm even fucking open to poly because I've never done it before. I thought it was gonna happen last year and it didn't, but it's okay.
Are you interested in men too?
No. I'm not interested in men. At least I don't think I am.
I gotta make sure.
Right?
There's nothing wrong with it.
I don't believe I am. So yeah, that's been there's nothing, but I here and there I'll be like interested in people, you know. And I was like I would date a handful of girls, but not necessarily because they give me butterflies, but because I think they're good people. And I was like, why not? That's literally my mindset right now. And if feelings develop over time, cool. If it doesn't, I don't know what would happen because I don't know. But I'm more willing to try. In the past, I was so anal about, oh, I can't see myself with them because they don't have this. But that's just where I'm at right now as a 26-year-old dude. And now that I'm finished my rant and words, no, don't poly. Bro, poly is very interesting. So we got a YouTube video. I can't play some songs right now because we're in deep right now. But I appreciate the love. Maybe I'll play it after. And Julie said, hi Matt. Julie, and then Marnith. Yeet.
Oh, what a small world. I didn't know you guys know each other.
High school.
Wow.
Crazy,
Small
right?
world, yeah. Small
Crazy.
world.
If you're on like YouTube or something, if you're commenting, I can't see it. You can DM me on Instagram or something. But I am on YouTube and like LinkedIn. Like I'm on LinkedIn.
Oh, you're on everything, yeah.
Oh God. Periscope, D
YouTube.
Live.
No one's watching on YouTube.
Okay, cool. Word. All right. So that's what it is for me right now.
So now you're not talking to anybody right now, in particular.
I guess
you're just
not.
vibing. You're just riding the wave.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say for me right now, it's been like the longest time I've been single, and I've been working on myself a lot. I feel amazing, and I found a lot of things. And also another thing is to treat yourself.
Treat yourself? What does that mean for you?
It means treat yourself and everything that makes you happy.
What makes you happy?
Like,
I need to know you better. So like, tell me, bro.
When I'm telling you treat yourself, I mean
I'm gonna write it down.
I'm not talking about
I'm gonna take notes.
all these necklaces on my neck, all these diamonds.
Nope, you're not. All those
I'm
diamonds.
talking about just doing spontaneous stuff in life.
Mm-hmm.
Random plans, hitting up your friends, old friends, reconnecting.
Word.
No connection with like nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Just being free and doing what you want to do is the most amazing thing. And at the end of the day, you shouldn't worry what others think about who you are or what you're becoming or what you want to be, because at the end of the day, you only matter. And I think another topic that we also have would be, positivity.
Okay, positivity. All right.
So, coming from you, the great Vitana, you have given me such energy. Like, I used to be a negative sponge,
Okay.
and I just soaked up all the positivity from you.
Mm-hmm.
And every time we hang out, I would get this, like, short amount of, like, time boost of, like...
Boost, okay. Motivation and
Yeah,
stuff.
motivation and all that stuff. Like, I want to do all this, and then it would die out. And I noticed that every time, like, I want to do this, I want to do YouTube.
Yeah.
Then once, like, we stop talking for, like, a week, it just dies down slowly, and then we talk again, and then it comes back again. But then that's it. And there's nothing really done. So I've had to learn to maintain it.
Okay.
That motivation and happiness and keeping yourself motivated, and like it all comes into play with routine for your day, what you do in the morning.
Yep.
I work second shift, so my life is a little different than everybody on. on here who's watching. So like I'm really social, but like I also at the same time like to be alone.
Yes.
So that's why I work second shift.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Same time, I also have to save. Like I feel like sometimes I put too much positive energy, and it takes a lot, like a toll, on my physical body.
Mm-hmm.
Where I had to just keep being up there, and everybody expects my energy to be on this level, and it's hard. Especially when a lot of people don't know, like, that you go through depression and stuff, and like, you know, people are like, yeah, you don't. Being depressed is not that bad or anything like that. It's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Depression is pretty bad.
Of course.
And I've gotten through it by maintaining my diet. Self-progress is a really big thing. Like hitting the gym constantly. Brought that up last talk.
Yeah.
How the gym has helped me and everybody in here. I know Julie's doing keto. I'm proud of you, Julie. Keep doing keto. Even though I heard it's kind of bad.
What other platforms you streaming on?
Sloth.
Come to First Shift, Sloth.
Oh, you know Sloth too? You know my
I don't, no, because I tagged you.
Okay.
So it probably showed up. Or unless you shared it
He said come first shift. He said come to first shift. Damn. Love
we're
you
on
guys.
Twitch and YouTube. So my YouTube channel, I've never seen how that looks like, but yeah, I'm on those two platforms too. Okay. But okay. Hold on, we ain't moving on. You said positivity, my guy. I was gonna challenge you because I noticed, right? Cause I'm getting good. I study. I'm a student. When I do this, I study. When I'm not doing this, I study. So this brain is pretty active when it comes to learning, and I put myself through shit intentionally to study and to learn. I can pass you some tests so that you can take it and you can pass it over to me. So like I've been a coach. I've been coaching since like officially since like last, I think September, October, and I've learned a lot of things. And now I'm like going into like programs and certificates and trying to get these things. I'm really stepping up professionally, so I can have proper formats for everything that I do and really have just more information to like help people. And so based off of what I've learned so far, and you know, for knowing you for as long as I have, and to see the progression, but then still able to see like the other things just from our interactions and stuff. And I want to say, and now because I don't know your life, so I'm making an intuitive, strong guess based off of everything I've seen so far, that to get to that next level of positivity, you can only be as positive as, I don't know, I usually tell people like, if you want a strong foundation for positivity, you have to build it on something meaningful and something real. And people build it out of like fucking sticks, which is why they collapse a lot, or it's not sustainable. It almost feels like you have to push for positivity. When you do things, when you take a lot of important steps, you go, like in life, you go from pushing all the time to now being pulled. It's a way different feeling, right? So, because when you push, you gotta have stamina, you gotta have willpower, and you work, right? It's like the gym. But when there's a shift that happens after taking a few steps, you don't feel like it's challenging anymore. And in a good way, where it's like you just feel like you're being pulled. You're doing what you're supposed to do. It feels correct. And when you go through pain, it doesn't hurt as much anymore. It still hurts, but you don't have to push anymore. You're being pulled, you're being guided by something, right? Some people will call that God, other people call it the universe. And just going through that shift a long time ago is a huge difference. And so let's say if you want to reach your next level of positivity, this is something that most people aren't willing to do because it's scary. And then you had also mentioned motivation. When you leave sessions, it's either you have to be more intentional about happiness and motivation, or not motivation. I'm not a fan of motivation. I've been kind of like, what's more important than motivation? Just discipline. You have to flex the right muscles in your head. If you could do that, motivation will last. You take motivation, you turn it into action, it becomes habit, it's part of your DNA now, right? So for me, even though it was bad, when things were bad for me, I turned it into creativity and then transformed it into work and then shared my work with others. So I learned how to make my anger or my downfalls or my disappointments into something that I could share with people. and then affect them in the way that I might have affected you too, right? So like that is not necessarily ran completely by motivation. It might be sparked for a moment, like, I'm like pissed, I have energy, what am I gonna do, you know? And then you do it, the feelings might start to fade off. So then what you do is you apply discipline. You're like, I have to get it done, because I believe that when I finish this thing, that I'm gonna help someone out there, right? That's what drives me. So seek discipline over motivation, because that lasts. It's like the gym. If you find yourself always hitting the gym, you've already flexed that muscle, so it's habitual for you. You're probably not flexing the right mental muscle to maintain something specific that you want. Now, going back to positivity, the key to long-term sustainable positivity, that is like the fucking unlock, is that it's not about being positive. Being positive is important, and being optimistic is important, but the other half is you literally have to have a willingness to find out the answer to release your pain. It might be confronting the thing, the person, the whatever it is, writing out a note, apologizing, screaming, making a fucking album, whatever it is that you have to do, because it's different for everyone, but there's methods. There's just expression and searching. What was the key thing? What I always tell people is that you can't change your past, but you can change how you see it. And the only way to change how you see something is to learn how to see things differently, which means education. And I get my education through talking to people and seeing that, wow, everyone's perspective is different. And not just knowing it, but knowing it. When you know it and it clicks, then both parts of your brains harmonize and growth starts to actually happen. Because smart people know a lot of things, but if they don't know how to apply, they're not going to get anywhere. So you have to be willing to just do two things: face your demons at your pace, educate yourself, and get more perspective so that you stop saying the same story. The same stories are what keep it resurfaces. You don't want to run from it. That's what I'm saying. People who are really positive, they try to use that. I'm like, that's a good thing, but if you're not willing to face the scary stuff, it's always going to be there, because you keep saying the same story. When you hear the same songs, or you are in the same environment, or you date someone and then you find that they're reminiscent of like something of your past or whatever the hell it is, you're going to repeat until you learn how to change the story. If you were like, I fucked up, or like that person was an asshole, and that's all you think, that story's never going to change until you learn enough where you're like, oh my god, they weren't an asshole, or I didn't fuck up, like, bro, like, but you have to find legitimate reasons as to why that's not true anymore. And then when you can see that, embrace it and believe it, and then release the pain, it's over, it's gone. And that's like way easier said than done, but that's so much work. And if you feel like you need motivation, or you're trying to face your demons, because this is what I do with people as my friends and as like my cousins like Monica and stuff like that, or PD, they don't go through it alone, right? So they have a system, a support system, and they have people on here that they are constantly exposed to that help them deal with their emotions. Because when you try to do something scary like that, you're gonna need support, you know? Some people are like, you push them too much and they want to hurt themselves, right? So yeah, you would take it at your pace, but if you want sustainable positivity, the demons, bro. We all have them, including myself. I don't ignore it. I very much acknowledge that it's there, and I take my time, and I utilize the internet, my family, my friends, music, videos, all that, and I'm always learning. So I learn how to forgive myself in the areas that I have, and I learn how to change the stories, where before it was like, oh, my parents are so mean, they're cold-hearted, all that stuff. Then you get older, it's not that I just got older, I started to learn. I was like, oh my god, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing, because they were raised a certain way. Now the story is no longer they're mean and they're bad people, or they don't care about me, they don't love me, because I literally thought they didn't love me, right? Because they never showed me affection. Then when I hear stories about other parents and how they get affection, I'm like, oh, I don't get affection. But the way that they express affection is through taking care of stuff for you, right? And so once I, again, got the different perspective, I let it go. I was like, oh, and then I felt like free. I didn't feel like any resentment towards them. I set myself free of that old story. Did not happen overnight though. It was dance. Dance taught me that.
Well, dance probably broke you out your shell.
Dance taught me a lot of things.
Yeah. Got you this far.
Mm-hmm.
I seen you from the day you started dancing, or the day you were playing basketball,
Oh shit.
to the day you were dancing. I mean, I wasn't there every day, but that transition was pretty dirty. Pretty
Bro.
messy.
Oh yeah.
Check out
So
the platform.
I have to figure out the left ear thing, man. I'm not sure what the issue is with the left ear thing. So I'm gonna have to like do like a Reddit search. I'm using Focusrite and an AT2020.
Is this a porno? Yes, it is a porno. We're auditioning. Give your nephew a hand job.
Bro.
You can do that. Flip.
Any comments on that? Or anything you want to dive into while you're here? Because I know a lot of stuff.
Sorry, I just need to catch.
Because I love the updates, right? But if you're seeking something specific, I'll try my best.
I think like right now, compared to the last time that I had this stream,
Yes.
I had more like of a, like I had to prove a lot of people wrong.
Oh, I know that feeling.
So
I let it go.
now I'm at this point on part 2.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like I fought all my demons. I come at peace with them. I didn't fight all of them, but I came at peace with all of them and learned to live with them. So at this point, like nothing can really
You're learning to live with them is a different story. Learning to live and true peace are two different stories. I understand what learning to live with means, but you can keep going. I just want to.
What is your definition of learning to live?
Learning to live is like you either get used to it or learn how to manage it. So people are like, oh, I never got rid of my anxiety, but I know how to live with it. Yeah. So that means they understand the protocols and like how to navigate with it in their life. Then there's finding the core. It's just gone. And the anxiety's gone. That's peace. It's no longer an issue. It's gone.
So I would say more like I came at peace.
Okay.
Because before, obviously, I used to be stuck in the past a lot, and I fought that demon. Well, I came at peace with that demon, and that has helped me move a lot from my life from freshman year of high school to now.
Okay. So I'll push back and I'll challenge you because I should. So
Challenge.
peace, right? That means when you see, if you were to be in the vicinity of that thing, that event, that person, those people, do they have a shot at influencing your emotions? Can they make you feel horrible again? Can they make you feel worthless again? Do they have, if they were to stand right in front of you and do the very thing that that once hurt you? At peace literally means if let's see who fucked. I'm trying to think of like anyone who like fucked me over in some way. If they were to stand right here and like be a couple, I'd be like, yo, live, and it's not even out of spite. I'm like, that was meant to happen. Like that's how it's supposed to be, and I'm so happy for you, and I hope that you find it in your heart one day to like stop acting like a bitch and like treat me like a regular person, because I've been over it since forever ago, right? So like I see you can have a whole makeout fest in front of me and I'm like clapping. I'm clapping, bro. That's what I'm saying. And that's just an example of what it means to have true inner peace, right? Because I'm no longer telling myself, oh, well they left because blah 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 blah, because I wasn't good enough, or because I did this, or I should have done that. I'm not telling myself those stories. I'm like, no, during that time there were lots of factors and we were incompatible, and that's okay, and a lot of things are temporary, and we shouldn't hold on to the past because the past is what hurts us, and I'm not interested in suffering. So I deserve peace, and I don't need to make you feel guilty, and I don't need to feel bad. So like, please live your best damn life. And I'm not just saying that to say that. Like, I'll invite you to all my shit, and I have no problems with you. That is fucking true peace and a half, right? I don't need to be.
It's the ultimate flex.
That's what I'm saying. Like that right there is an example of what it means to truly be at peace.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would definitely say Like I understand that concept, and I feel like right now that's exactly how I feel. I've like someone like you said can come here, do me wrong again. Like I would just be okay with. Like I would just be like whatever. I'm so at peace with everything and myself. I so love myself a lot. So doing that has helped me move on from a lot of my own problems and my demons.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
So far, I would say right now in my life that I've been actually doing really great, and for once in my life, depression hasn't totally kicked my ass.
Hasn't totally kicked your ass.
Like
okay.
this year, yeah, this year was pretty rocky. Just January was pretty rocky.
Here's what's interesting.
What?
If you're at peace, how can you have depression?
That was like my last evening. Like, I guess you could say I was a little sad over like heartbroken. I
Okay.
wouldn't say that's depression.
Okay. Because depression is deep, bro. It's
Yeah.
deep. Depression
Yeah.
is deeply seated in
It's
something
deeply seated.
from something. Yeah.
So, it almost came back at one point, but I've conquered that and just broke through barriers of never seeing that rock bottom again. I just rise above the occasion.
Okay.
That's what I do now, and I'm highly motivated.
I don't know the address to your house.
Why?
Just ordering food.
DoorDash.
Hi, yes. Can I order for a
You're such a loser.
She had the munchie.
his address in my GPS?
Okay. Anyway.
I forgot what we're talking about.
Well, demon, depression, not depression, just sad, heartbroken.
Alright, so now we're gonna get to the next topic.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. We got a list there, so let's go.
We're gonna talk about life.
All right.
Boom. So one thing I want to say to all the young viewers on here, all you youngins that are under 18, who aren't 21, anything, who haven't got their heart broken, the ones that who will cry about getting getting their heart broken in high school or whatever. Listen. At the end of the day, you gotta realize your heart gets broken. It gets scratched up every single day. Every relationship, every toxic relationship you get into, it just puts another cut on your heart until it keeps bleeding.
All right.
At this point, for me, the pain is numb. I even got a heartbroken chain.
No, oh my God, you're right. This motherfucker.
Heartbroken chain, that's why. Because at the end of the day, you're always gonna be heartbroken. But that's not keeping me down.
I don't agree with that. But anyway, keep going.
But it reminds me, this is why the reason why I got it, because it just reminds me of who I was 7 years ago when.
Oh, I like that. Okay, intentional jewelry.
So of course everything. I haven't got a tattoo either, but the first tattoo is gonna be of Tony. Shout out my boy Tony. Rest in peace. But that's supposed to be my first tattoo. I haven't got a tattoo yet.
Yeah.
She got a tattoo.
I got
She have 9 tattoos.
got 9.
She got my tattoo. But
So life is about heartbreak, huh?
it's
That's
about
like the topic is life.
It's about emotional trauma that you've been through.
Fake chains.
Everybody
has fake. Chain's a chain, bro. What makes a chain fake?
The matter. But anyways,
Yeah.
that's just what it is.
Forgive the past. Don't forgive the past. Don't forget the past. I don't
Yes.
think we're capable of forgetting the past.
You can't forget, but you will always learn. You always learn from your past. But maybe.
Yeah. You can forgive. Oh wait, no. I forgive the past. Don't forget the past. Oh, well, yeah. Sorry, you're correct. Okay.
Next thing, karma is a bitch. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear.
No,
Yes.
we could swear.
Okay, karma is a total beep.
Some people hold on to the past too much. Yeah.
Yes, I for one held on to the past a lot.
I feel
And
you,
I
man.
dwelled in the
Yeah,
past
what's
a
good?
lot.
Oh, Justin Ford.
Yo, what's good? Shout out my boy Justin. Shout out my boy Justin. Shout out my boy Jason.
It's been a while.
Those are my brothers.
Which
I love you
leads to
guys.
trust issues. Oh, well, yeah, for some people. See, it was falling back into like the heart and the past thing. And we talked about this. I was just gonna say it depends on your perception.
I can vape in here.
Does it leave like a smell?
No,
Okay,
it smells like lychee.
that's fine, I guess.
There you go.
All right. I was gonna say, broken heart, right? So, and holding on to the past. You have to use your past as lessons. That's why we have memories to learn,
Yes.
right? If you hold on to it in a way, okay. So when you get hurt, here's one of my favorite things. When you get hurt, we're all gonna get hurt. It's inevitable. It's important, and it's part of the process. Pain. If you want to use pain to your advantage, you do not close up or get cold or numb yourself out and withdraw from relationships, right? So if you want to grow from it, you got to look at why it happened to begin with. Usually it pain will again make people do all those things, but when he talked about like getting a broken heart and all that stuff, I was like, when I get hurt temporarily, sure, you could say like I got punched, and then from it, I don't like the heart doesn't get like worse, it gets better because it helps me see where I could be better. And so like the last mini fallout that I had, I could have felt all of the worst things, but instead I was accepting of what it was, and just I didn't close up my heart more, even though this person was fucking confusing, but I expanded my heart even more. I was like, I am not gonna let this little situation between two people out of 7 billion make me a worse person, make me put up my guard. I'm gonna continue strong and continue to love people even better than when we were interacting. So it just makes me want to be better, to love harder, to love more, and to not have a wall, and to not push my shit onto people, or like be skeptical. Like I'm smarter, and I'm going to continue to just keep my mind open. So like I cling to my principles that keep me open and expanding. Like it does me no good to close off, right? But that it depends on what happened, I think, ultimately. But I just see that like people will start getting cold and like just cutting everything off. I think that's important to protect yourself during a certain time, but then to learn how to open back up again, or else you're just an idiot. So thank you for following. But you can't keep putting yourself into those situations to begin with, i.e. falling for any girl that just shows a slight interest.
It shows a what? Slight
Yeah, I know one of my friends can relate to that real hard.
That's
That just, you just need experience, man. You need experience points. But yeah, I agree 100%. It smells fruity. He smells it, man. He smells it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's my boy Sloth
Just
right there. We wait together at work. Shout out Sloth. Amazon.
Oh yeah.
My job at Amazon's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Everybody who's watching and that works with me, I hate nice girls. You gotta get them. You gotta get the aggressive one, the one that choke you out, punch you in the face, give you a black
I
eye.
hate nice girls. Oh yeah.
I agree with that.
Have ever been used before?
Yes.
I think we all
yes,
have.
Yes. Yes.
We've all been used before, right, guys?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Say it.
Girl.
Say yeah. With words.
Yes.
What is wrong?
With more discipline.
Can you not speak?
She's been used. But anyways, yes, I have been used.
We've all been used before.
I have been used because actually I've been used for my body,
I knew it. I knew it, man. I'm sorry.
and it hurts because I feel like ever since like I got out of my relationships, I really like have been exploring,
Yeah.
and all these girls like have been like telling me,
You're thick, and you have gains.
well no, not that they
I'm just
just they
kidding.
just strictly just want
Yeah.
the D,
Yep.
and I feel like ever since like I've been like exploring, I realized that I'm correct me if I'm wrong, a demisexual. This person.
You're a say?
Demisexual.
I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, I could be wrong, but it possibly means
Like you said, demisexual.
yeah, a person that can have sex
Demis.
unless you have a connection with them. I could be wrong. I thought I got this from you.
I have one of my friends. One of my friends is like that too. Demisexual, according to demisexuality source. A sexual orientation in which one feels a sexual attraction
That's
only
one.
after forming an emotional connection.
That's the one.
Oh, it's yeah.
So I found that out while exploring.
Yeah.
So like I couldn't just do random hookups. But like I did try, like force myself
Yeah.
because I was like out the game for like so long. Like I haven't, just wanted to make sure my game was there.
Yeah.
It was there, but it wasn't worth it. And then
Yeah.
having one night stands and all that stuff isn't fun. It's not fun. But still go back to the person because you're too nice. Whoa, that sounds kind of toxic.
Oh my God.
We still go back to the person because
Been
you're too.
used. I mean, have y'all been used before? I think so the short answer is yes, and I also think that being used can change, like what you define as being used and what you're okay with. So for example, this is my favorite example to give about being used, okay? People will do nice things for other people, okay?
Spread the love.
And then those people, so like pretend I'm this person, or we'll say he's this person, right? So I have an example. So this guy is nice to people, will do mad nice things for people, whatever, and those people will come to him, ask for things, and he just gives and gives. But in his heart somewhere, or not in his heart, not even in his heart, then he asks the same people, hey yo, I need something. And every time he asks either the same person or different people and they can't follow through or they're inconsistent, then he starts getting upset. It's like, yo, how come every time I do this, you're unable to do this? Like, it's not fair. I feel like used and shit, and that's the only time you hit me up, and people are assholes, whatever. That is the most common thing I've ever heard in my life. Now, I'm gonna talk about how I go about things like that. Because I recognize that pattern, it's kind of in myself as well, and seeing in other people, I was like, that is a flawed philosophy. I was like, I don't like that philosophy. I was like, you know what? If I'm giving, and a part of me somewhere in my body is hoping or would like to receive something in return at some point from this person, then I'm not giving authentically to give, right? So I was like, I'm not gonna give someone something unless I genuinely have it in me to just be like, here's $100. I don't give a fuck if I never talk to you. In this moment, you inspired me, you deserve it, or you need some help, enjoy. Literally, okay? Not that I've necessarily done that transaction, but that's what has freed me from the pain, because I'm like, I'm just gonna give love freely, because the way that I get my happiness and my love and all that type of shit is to keep myself like sane and good, is to do everything that makes sense for me. But when it comes to my relationships to people, I've dropped the expectations. I've dropped this, I do this for you, you do this for me, even if it's like a small thing, or like I don't even expect people to be like thank you or appreciation. Now if I'm noticing that someone is being manipulative, or they're abusing something, or they've become dependent on my service of some kind, I'll notice it, and I'm like, I'm not about that life. I ain't trying to enable you to continue to be the same type of person, because that's not healthy for you. So I'm gonna stop, right? I'm gonna stop giving you food stamps and shit, right? I ain't your government. So basically, I've learned to kind of let go of the idea of being used, and I live from a place that as long as I keep myself happy, I can just give without having people really take advantage of me. I never feel like I'm being taken advantage of, ever, anymore. It's been like that for a few years now. Because I don't expect anything from people. It's probably the best thing ever. Alright, buddy. I did not say hey, Cortana. But yeah. That's a bag of facts on that being used. Yeah, I'm a nice, he said, but I'll go back to the person because you're too nice. Yeah, that's true, I tried, but it was horrible, and it was my first two. Yeah, I'm a nice guy, I don't like seeing people cry. They only hit you up when they need something, but I still can't say no to them. That's like a super common story.
Have I met Chaz?
Chaz? Have we met? Chaz? Do we know each other in real life, or are you just kind of like some random Twitch person? If you're a random Twitch person, that's cool.
It's all good, bro.
Those are my choices. Hey, nice girls. But yeah, man, I think I was talking to Tammy today, actually, about how she was talking about compliments and how you were talking to one of your homegirls, right? And she was all like, yeah, Tammy, you just can't give guys compliments
Oh, he's a rantage
because
person.
they interpret it the
So-
wrong way. And then Tammy's like, well, that's kind of sad because like everyone deserves compliments. But if a guy is wired incorrectly because of fucking romance and like movies and all this shit that's fake in music, then they're gonna perceive niceness as like, I like you, which is not true.
It's called a syndrome.
It's called the what syndrome?
Disney syndrome.
Disney? I don't just blame Disney. I blame fucking anime, K-dramas, all pop music, every music.
Every franchise has that built up expectation, and when they have that expectation built up to that, that's why like they kind of romanticize it of like, oh, this is how a relationship should be. Like basically.
Damn, why don't you spit your knowledge so the stream can hear you, girl?
Yes.
We need a woman's voice to
Funny,
speak.
we're all just staring this way, but no one knows where we're staring.
It's our ghost friend.
I'd rather be the ghost, but anyways, I'm just saying that like the fact that everyone like have this ideal of like a relationship should be based on fairy tales, and even though everyone doesn't know.
Speak louder so people in the back can hear
Well, let's see if anyone wants.
Louder.
He said,
No, I'm just saying if someone's trying to say
he's
something, let it say it in
compliment
the
some
chat.
girl she wants to
Yeah.
be.
Conversation wants to be here. That's so funny,
That's
bro.
that's literally true.
If
So
you,
wait.
if you want to educate yourself
Wait,
more,
wait.
study romanticism and see how much bullshit's in romanticism because it's just a concept that was made up, what, 200 years ago, I think?
No,
1800s, 1900s, 1700s?
I want to say that.
It's romanticism is literally a concept, and we've all inherited romanticism, which is just a concept. It doesn't make it real. Someone
Well, she's about to spit facts real quick.
Dude, they can't see you.
watch when I know more.
It's
You can
Bunny.
fight me on that. I
Oh.
love romance,
Hey, Monica.
the healthy parts, and it's so
Monica's
cute.
here.
But we're-
Monica's here.
And so does Monica. And so does everyone in this fucking room because we were raised on it. We were raised on a diet of romanticism when there are other types of love that have been skirted to the side. The podcast man now, Alejandro Garcia.
It's kinda
My boy.
sad and disappointing
Oh, what's good?
because, like,
Shout
unfortunately,
shout out
there's
to you,
some
Alejandro.
men
Miss you,
are
baby.
not as-
Educate them. Women need to educate. I've been educating my mans is out here. That's
true.
why I'm like, bro, just be around them and talk to them about be their friend and see what happens. You start to learn more about how their brains work.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. I was like, there's lots of, and then I also learned in the past few years. I was like, flirting is a form of communication. That is all it is. It doesn't. Sadly, I quote that, not actually. Sadly, it doesn't mean that someone is necessarily interested or they want to get to know you or anything, or they want to like date you. Sometimes flirting is just flirting, and I've heard from hot friends of mine that they just like to do it. They like to flirt, and that's it. And I'm like, oh wow. Even if you might lead the guy on, yeah, I know it's kind of fucked up, but it makes me feel better. And I was like,
She says their personality
It's a
too.
personality.
it's part of their personality. Some people are like flirty, right? Now just think about our ideas of flirty and like the characters that we've seen that are flirty and what they do and all that stuff. It's all just fucking made up, right? So flirty is just a form of communication.
Good question. Do you girls think that I'm flirty?
You?
You say personality. I just want to know what kind of
Oh
personality.
no, only if you're actually interested in them, yes.
Okay,
But we're
I'm
saying, I think when we say flirty, I mean like when someone literally is like, you're like, they're flirty with everyone.
Yeah, like so.
Like that's their part of their personality.
Okay.
Yeah,
basically-
Well, I don't know if I'm like that.
I don't think so. I think when you think someone's attractive, you make it obvious.
Did I make it obvious?
Yes, you do.
Oh. Don't make it obvious.
But I'd have a handful of friends who I'm like, you can question like, are they just flirty or are they into me?
My own life.
And then you find out, oh, they're just flirty.
Yeah. And some people they just play dumb.
I play dumb.
Or they're just dumb.
I play dumb sometimes.
Because because they're not thinking that deep. They're like, oh, I'm just being me, like, yeah, and like that's it. Like they don't give a fuck about anything else. And I've met people like that. They're like, really? And like that they don't realize that they're doing all this stuff. And it's like, well, that's their problem. Like, you know what I mean? Because people are just being themselves. And if flirty is a core fundamental part of their personality, It's not their job to necessarily explain themselves to everyone. If they want to do that, sure.
I mean, I had an ex call me out for being flirtatious, and I was like, how am I being flirtatious?
Wearing my shirt.
It got hot.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Everyone wears my shit.
Okay.
It's
so,
fucking
That's-
shelter.
So I got called out for being flirtatious, but I was like, how am I being flirtatious? They're like, I don't know, you're just being very open, you're smiling at people, and like, I don't know, just like, me being nice to people and welcoming people, and that's not being flirtatious, especially if they're my friends, you know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
he saw it that way because he felt threatened when he saw like, the opposite gender.
Yeah.
So that's when I think it was like flirtatious. Like if you see girls doing it to each other, like you wouldn't consider it flirtatious. You just be like, oh, they're just being girls. But if you see with the opposite gender going to each other, they're like, wow, that's
Self-love
flirtatious.
is
Yeah.
major
You're trying to match
key,
make them
baby.
when it's
What it
like-
do, baby?
If guys do it to each other,
Facts,
it's not a big
Marco.
deal. Girls do it to each other, it's not a big deal. But then when opposite gender does it to each other, it's like a huge,
huge deal, yeah.
But it's like not.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah, some people are very close-minded.
So we missed a lot of things, but it's okay. It's because we were all raised. We had some. Most parenting was done
Yeah, that's
horribly.
true.
All right, let's read the words. You can flirt nowadays without it being anything else. That's evil. Yeah, I know it's evil. Can't. So that's why you gotta watch yourself. But I only know that because I learned and I heard it from these people, right? I romanticize my own life, meaning I put meaning in everything that I do to gain gratitude. I kind of do that too. So I feel you on that. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. No, it makes sense to me. But for example, I listen to love songs and dedicate it to myself. That's fucking cute. I've never done that before. Or I dance with myself in front of a mirror. Or I take myself to eat. I've done that and I love it. Yeah, Chiaz, I agree with that. You like to trust yourself first. Wait, no, sorry. Monica, you like to treat yourself first, which is good. I find romance in myself other than finding it other people, and I do it with my romantic partner too, lol. But I do it mostly with myself cause self-love, baby.
Yes.
Movies put in guys' minds that if a guy is nice, which means that she's into you, and put the girls in an awkward situation. Yeah. So I was like, yo, I think just being a girl in this era, being a girl in general,
it's hard.
is just hard.
It's fucking hard.
Which is also part of my
Prime
fundamentals
example.
of how I was raised, because like, I'm like, yo, girls have it hard, I'm not gonna be an asshole. So like, that's why I'm just like, whatever, you know? It's difficult being a girl out here.
I feel like that too, especially like when I go to the gym. Like I feel like when I see an attractive girl at the gym, I feel like everybody looks at her. So I feel like, obviously talking to them at the gym is not is a no-go.
Yeah.
That's how I feel personally.
Don't ever fucking talk to me when I'm at the gym.
That's what I'm saying.
Get so pissed.
There you go. I've never done it because I've only gone to the gym to work out and get these gains.
Yeah.
Because it's our season. Have you let it grow on? Yes, I have let it grow on actually, and it's
Unintentionally.
Unintentionally.
Yes, many times.
it
Unintentionally.
always happens to be when I'm meeting a girl, well, I'm talking to a girl, and then boom, another one comes in, and you're like, God damn, who is this?
No.
Yeah, but
So-
we can't really make out your face. Oh wait, no, just kidding. That's Tammy.
So I've had
Why would that
No,
a
because
girl.
you're behind me.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he
yeah,
has
we're just making
let
sure.
a
Unless I
girl
move.
on.
Sorry, go
because
ahead.
he is really attractive.
What?
What?
Yeah, I can't see you, homegirl. She prefers to be anonymous, so.
Yes.
Because she thinks that
She's
like
a sorcerer.
internet people are gonna come and like kill her or something. So that's why we can't.
That's a
Say her
valid
name.
reason to be scared.
Would you
Yeah.
ever have two girlfriends? Oh, yes.
Would you ever have two girls? Oh, at the same time? Two girlfriends at the same time?
Once upon
Have you been?
once upon a time. I
Oh wait.
did.
Would you? Well, no, I was saying would you ever have? But
Okay.
you have.
Okay, I have. This is.
Was it poly? Or
It wasn't poly.
was it fucked up?
It was fucked up.
Thanks for the honesty. I've also heard, yo, the amount of people that have surprised me too.
Okay.
Like, you want to believe that people are inherently good, but I think what happens is sometimes that's just not the case. In moments, I'm not saying altogether, but like that type of shit is more common than you think. But anyway, continue.
Yes, and they knew each other. The other one found out about each other. I was ready to leave this girl for another girl, who I had more of a connection with. The other one was more of a wifey material. It wasn't really much of a. He's a yikes dog. It was a mess. It was a mess.
Player.
Yes.
Yo,
But-
I love that. I love that he's being honest though. We need more of that.
Yes.
Anyway,
I've had to be honest with myself because I don't like to not give you the full image. I'm not gonna paint a picture for everyone on here that I'm a good boy or good guy or whatever who's gonna take you on dates. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take you on dates, but I've grown from all that.
Yeah.
For all the girls watching, I've grown from all that. I've grown from that, and I've got a lot of girls have told me that I look like a fuckboy, and that's the reason why. Do I look like a fuckboy?
Yeah.
I look like a fuckboy. But it's intentionally. But like, if you get to know me, I'm not that person anymore.
Anymore.
What matters is if you learn, because if you don't, you're just gonna be in a cycle of getting caught up, and it's not fun. Damn, this shit. Oh yeah, it was pretty stressful. Yeah, it was pretty stressful. Monica knows. She knows.
JK.
She's been through most of all my shit. Shout out to Monica and Jogla.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that was pretty stressful. They actually talked on the phone with each other, and yeah, one of them almost killed himself. Don't do it, guys.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm not gonna mention anywho. Kills and heals. Yes, it kills and heals. But
so I guess today, would you have 2 girlfriends at the same time?
It depends if like.
Obviously, if it's like open. And
Yeah, if it's open and they know about each other, yes. But a lot of girls aren't, and a lot of guys don't like to
What is
share
the
it.
max amount of girlfriends you would have at one time?
Like, what do you mean max amount of girlfriends? Like
That's
It's a lot of work.
what I'm saying.
what do you mean? Like,
Because like there are people have like multiple like wives and shit. Now I've only ever heard one person with a good story of having multiple wives. He broke it down. It was really cool. So his reason for having multiple wives is deeper than what most people would think. So he is a huge advocate for like empowering people and like being sustainable, and like, so when I say empowering, like giving people information to understand the systems, to take advantage of them, to get your wealth up, to improve your relationships with your family, all this kind of stuff, right? So he started with one wife, and when he felt like he was good financially, emotionally, and was able to manage that in his family, he had another wife.
Yep.
They all know about each other. And it's like another wife. So like for him, it's
Wait, quick question.
yeah.
What was their race?
I don't know their race,
Okay.
but he was black.
Oh yeah. Oh whoa.
Yeah. And
Snake.
so, and he, I think only has like 2 kids, but like for him, he doesn't view it in a way that like, oh, like because of like feelings necessarily,
I agree with that, Monica.
but he's like supporting the women so that they can do their thing. So it's just interesting. His reason for having multiple,
What was like the main purpose of it? Like the
To
if you
support.
like if you support. So he needed how many wives did he have?
I think he has 3.
So he needed 3 wives to have emotional support.
No,
What, financial?
he's giving them opportunities by
So
being
he-
able to take care of them, and like they can exchange and like use like house and finances and like career. I don't know. That was just his methodology by marrying them. I don't know, but it all works out for them.
It
Yes.
sounds like a political ploy.
It sounds weird, but
Sounds like he has.
everyone's different.
No, it's understandable because it's a political thing.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Because like what's gonna happen is that each one has a skill set that he needs help when it comes to businesses, and could it be possible each wife have a
That's
role?
such an interesting philosophy. I think he says like I wish I remember because I wrote it down somewhere, but his methodology to basically because he talks about like systemic racism and all that kind of stuff, and so try to understand the principles of what has helped certain people get and maintain power. And he's like, the reason why they're able to do this is because this is their practices that they follow, and I treat my family and the foundation for my family this way. So he broke down the terminology of what it meant to have family and like all that kind of stuff. I think he said like love love is law and family is I wish I remembered, but it was really cool. Cultural reasons are a big thing. Monogamy is a Western ideology. Yes, that's something I know too. Asian and African culture promote polygamy. I did not know Asians do that. Yes, it's normal there, but it was hella cultural shock for me when I learned that it's normal in other places to have many wives.
But you can't have vice versa.
Actually, it's about.
I was gonna ask, I was like, have you guys ever heard about the opposite?
No.
Where you got
Usually
a girl with like men?
it'd be close.
Husbands, multiple husbands?
She said she'd do the whole team.
That said about 85% is actually okay
The whole
with
squad.
with polyamorous relationship,
Yeah.
versus the other half is like very, very slim. It's just that's why like the whole thing about relationships that like if it's just like how we were brought up and raised like that. It's like wrong to love just one person when you can have many loves for another person as well. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be
Just yeah, nothing to do with romance.
Can you hear her? Can you hear her? I feel like there's like
Yes.
wait.
The mic should be sensitive enough to pick up on their voices, if they're loud enough.
I feel like there's double standard for guys and girls. Like, you don't hear a lot of girls being in polyamorous relationships just because they be considered, like, you know, slut shaming and stuff. Because they already get slut shamed now, so it'd just probably be worse when they have more than one partner.
I was talking to one of my friends the other day. She was like, "We were in a poly relationship." I was like, "Really?"
Oh, you go, girl.
Yeah, I was like, "Let's go, like, do your thing." I didn't think she would want to do it, but I guess.
Wow. That got me messed up though. Like mad ways. Whoa.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I was asking,
That's
like,
why this
if you would do.
whole-
You said yes, you would do the 2 girlfriends thing. And I was like, oh well, like, how many do you think your max would be?
that's why there's called Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
5 days out of the week. Damn.
I don't know whoever is has a job.
I'm too jealous to be in a polyamorous relationship. Fair. That's what's, most people's reasoning for polyamory stuff is always jealousy, which is
Yeah.
like enough of a reason.
Yes.
And then I like to challenge people and be like, well, never mind. Because I've seen someone go from monogamy and they were pushed into polygamy, and then it expanded their mind more and it opened them up and they learned a lot of things, and it actually made them a better person. So even though they had to, deal with the jealousy and all that kind of stuff, they grew a lot from it. You kind of can better understand. I don't know, I think people should question why they get jealous. I know some of it is biological, but there's other aspects too. But anyway, topic shift. A lot of this.
Next one would be fortune.
Oh, we didn't even say karma.
No.
You said
I
karma.
already
You
said
said karma's a bitch. That's what everyone says.
Yeah. No.
Karma
a
is
bitch.
karma. I don't think
Karma is a bitch.
karma is a bitch or it's supposed to hit someone in the face. I think karma is just
It is.
karma.
I've done a lot of bad, and it has happened to me recently. But I've also had some good.
I see.
Incidents.
What's
So
up,
we're
Japan?
talking about fortune. Boom.
Okay. What do you want to talk about? For
Fortune. What would you do right now if you're the richest person in the world?
If I was the richest person in the world,
Would you be like Bill Gates? Would you be like Little Pump?
I would not.
I'm
be
not
like
saying
either
Little
of them. First, if I was the richest in the world,
Yeah, like right now, boom. Everything you have is just you just have money coming in every way you can.
yeah,
Every second.
pay off the debt.
You make more people make in like a minute.
All right, lit. So pay off the debt,
Yeah.
build the dream team, get the stuff. So if I focus on my team and my family, and then I will find security guards and assassins to protect this legacy here.
I'll
You know
get
why?
ninjas.
Because good people never think about security.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna use my ability to now, to now that I have like financial freedom to build the stuff, but then really focus on really important people in different industries for protection, from being assassinated.
Yeah.
Because I have really good intentions, and people with really good intentions get assassinated all the time.
Yes, facts. It's
So
called
once
Illuminati.
you have the security,
Illuminati.
right? You have the security of people who are gonna look out for you on the airplane. They're gonna stalk you in real life. Like that's your team. They're gonna make sure they
Yep.
protect you as best they can. But then like to become close with people who are part of certain associations, and then just focus on like fixing all the issues that we have right now with like
global warming. and all that
global
stuff.
warming and like human trafficking and fucking no toilets and people dying of taking shits and stuff that happens.
Food.
All that stuff, and yeah, and then like just make art and then focus on building relationships with powerful people, because powerful people can sometimes be really mean and not rational. So yeah.
Comments. I'm too jealous to be. No, probably help my country out first and foremost. and then buy strippers.
Buy strippers.
I don't think you would need to buy strippers
What the fuck?
if you were the rich stripper. Just saying, because I'm pretty sure the girls would come with the money, and you don't even
the
need to
girls,
buy.
the girls just show up.
Yeah, there's one guy who got rich off of poker. His name is like Dan something Blizzard or whatever his name is. I don't know how to say his last name, but he started off with poker, and
You buy strippers. That's fucking,
he doesn't buy strippers.
That's crazy.
He has IG models that go there
Oh.
and represent his brand, like bikini and all that stuff.
Sponsor them.
Pretty much
You can
sponsor them.
sponsor strippers.
The magic appear as soon as you start making money. And that's facts. Facts, they do.
That's crazy, bro.
Once you see that check, once you get that check to blow on yourself, that's when they'll come. You just have to put
Oh,
Gucci in the fur, wrist on the iceberg, your wrist on the icebergs. That's it.
Yeah, I would just study, and then outside of trying to help the world, I would study a lot of stuff because I have time to study now. Just to be like the most enlightened human being of all time. That's what I would do, and then leave a legacy. Okay. Anyway, what about you?
For me, I would do. I would first foremost put all of my money into technology.
All your money to tech.
To tech. All to
Interesting.
tech. Because
I
we're
would
gonna get
invest
off this
too.
planet and we're gonna go explore.
Oh my
And we're
god.
gonna find the international galaxy black market.
Bro, I guess
No.
I had maybe at some point I would think of doing that too, if no one kills me.
Did you see that movie that had like it was like a floating planet, but like it had like every life on there, and they sent it away. Well, I think it was like the U.S. or like the Earth
Mm-hmm.
sent the whole thing away like deep in space as a peace offering, so like people would like
I don't know about that.
galaxy. I forgot what movie. I think it's called Valerian. Of many worlds or some shit like that.
AI is the new wave. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new wave. Yes, exactly. Especially Japan and China and all that stuff. They're making sex robots. What the fuck is going on?
That shit's fucking wild.
That is wild. That is wild. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Anything else for Fortune? No.
Fortune.
What else we got?
See,
Actually, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break.
bathroom break. Pause.
Oh, you're good.
Alright,
Pause.
now we're taking over.
Oh, well, I'm gonna try this for the first time. Let me know if it works.
Well,
I'm gonna run an ad because I can. I'm gonna run a 60-second ad. Let me know if it works. I've never done this before. Ready?
I'm not sponsored,
Set.
just saying.
Boom. I'm running
I was
an ad.
actually surprised when they would do the homework.
go.
I've been typing.
Go.
Oh, you're already like an SOP.
What?
No, the way you take your notes is like an SOP.
What's an SOP?
What you type like that's an SOP. It's basically stand for standard operation procedure. You kind of write it like one. That's pretty dope.
I do like notes for my kids, so we do like progress reports basically about their behavior in after school. And my boss read it. She was like, Tammy, like it's good and all, but it sounds like you're doing like an actual like. There's like no emotion in your writing. Like it sounds like you're doing like a medical like write out of them. And I'm like, yeah, that's how I usually type though. When I'm like this, because like it was like questions about them. So like, she was like, yeah, I mean like, cause like it sounds very different from how I talk at work and then how I write. She was like, wow, it's like two different people. I was like, yeah.
Boom. Now we're back from the ad. We're here to talk about. What are we here to talk about? I believe it was Fortune. Yes. I would invest all my money into tech.
Oh, sorry.
Bring all of humanity together. Instead of just being divided as countries and having one person represent many. I don't like it. I want us to all come as a human race, species, and work together instead of fighting against each other.
We're all live out here.
We're live. I'm taking over. Would you buy a sex robot? No ad. Wait, I actually got one. Chase the bag.
Would you buy a sex robot?
No. respectfully, I would not buy one because I'm a demisexual now.
Demisexual.
Demisexual.
Who's a demisexual?
Me.
Him?
Apparently, he learned through his exploration that he's a demisexual.
Yes.
I know Justin's like that too.
Wait.
You can only
Anyways.
engage in sexual activities with someone that you have an emotional connection with.
That makes sense. I'm like that too.
So yeah, I wouldn't.
Like I remember like.
I wouldn't
about,
buy one
after
personally
sex,
because
like,
I need the
you,
real
like,
things,
which
you know,
is,
like where I need a
honestly,
connection. I can't
I
just
can't do it. I was like, oh.
do it. You can
Like,
get
I
emotionally
think I have
attached to
some connection with
robots.
them. That's the only way. And I was
Damn
like,
it equals half.
Good
That makes
observation.
sense.
It's not
You
like
almost
the
got me.
population.
I was thinking about that too, something like that. You can emotionally get attached to robots. That's a little ooh. So that's what I'm worried
Yes,
about
you can.
because I wouldn't want to get attached to a robot. Like having to rely on the robot to make myself feel nice. It's just kind of weird.
It doesn't make
I just
sense.
wouldn't do it.
Because
I
it's
just
interesting because of
I need a connection. I don't want to be like here.
Demi.
Turn
Demi-humans.
demi-humans, right?
Uprising.
Yeah, and
Shield.
because
Shield
I-
hero.
That's how I feel too.
But anyway.
Like if I was thinking
So you don't want to get attached.
Yeah. So I don't want to get attached to. I'd rather get attached to someone with a heart, I guess you say.
I can't proceed.
More of a soul to soul
Unless sometimes I just do it.
vibe.
But it has.
I'm a demisexual
I can't
too.
even when I'm lit. I don't
Tribe.
do it.
Tribe. The demisexual tribe.
Oh, that was.
No feelings.
It's
No
funny
fuck.
because
Yeah. You can make a robot that looks like a human. Yes, I've actually thought about it one time. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it one time
Sorry.
because it was coming out and I'm up to date with all these techs in the world and sex robot obviously was one of them. So did just a little research and it was just a little too much.
Yo, it's just scary.
Yeah.
I watched a video.
You can have a perfect ass, perfect tits, everything. Well, what?
No, I watched. Okay, it wasn't the tech that was scaring me.
The donut is amazing.
It was the person
Tell.
endorsing the tech, the one who invented it. You know what he said? And it inspired me and helped me realize that the way our system works and all that kind of stuff. If you really think about it, right? Most, not all, most people who come up with ideas, when people look to solve a problem, they usually look for a product to fix something that is wrong
Yes.
with a person. When the real issue is just that people don't know how to, they're afraid to be introspective and they have a hard time connecting with other people. If all of that was done, as in like investing in psychology and like therapists and people and like environments that stimulate learning how to be yourself and like grow and then connecting with someone, and like if just that was the move, that'd be great. But the thing is, everyone's building tech and stuff to try and fill the voids of every problem that we have. So when this guy, okay, this motherfucker, and it's okay because it's what he believes in, right? So I'm like, no, I can see that, but I'm like, yo, he's like me, he's crazy. He believes in this idea for real. He's like, this is a good thing because people who are lonely, this can be the perfect companion. They don't argue back. There's all these different things to support why this helps people. This person wants to get married, and what's wrong with that? He's committed. And then I'm like, yo, the problem is the world's not gonna fucking, like, you have to learn how to deal with not getting yeses and like how to actually interact with people and build real connections, and that takes understanding and compromising. But all you're doing is just putting a product in front of them to allow them to continue to be that way, which it works in some regard, but it's so like fucked up, and so that just makes me sad. But he's passionate about the product. It's like the idea of like a sex robot is like, it's a great idea for him.
Imperfect. Horny bastards.
It's just scary, bro.
It is scary. He said robots are taking over. That's what I'm afraid of. iRobot, you already know. I seen that movie. Not trying to be Will Smith. He's feeling.
Avoid in a certain way. Yes, I understand that. I just wish it was more human and less tech. You're literally like, he doesn't know how to interact with people, in a way that like everything, you know, it's just sad. How the fuck you gonna interact with a real girl?
Yo, peace out. Peace out, Chaz. Enjoy your night, man. Wherever you're
Peace. Yeah, bro.
Take care.
We're same
Much
shit.
love and peace.
Sundays 7 to 9. Have a good one. Except we're going a little OT. I don't want to go too OT.
Well,
But
that's because you started at 7:30.
from. Yeah,
yeah,
you
we go 9:30.
Alright.
Are we good with this topic?
Yes, no more sexual violence. That was a little too intense.
That's what we do here.
Thanks. Next is music.
Oh, music.
Yes. So music, for everybody here, I'm pretty sure it has played a major role. If you haven't listened to music or any type of music, you're living on a rock.
Mm.
Because music has helped in some type of way and some part of your life that you don't even know. For me, I like to listen to music all the time. Friday nights, new music comes out. I'm on the new music. I love music. It helps me, especially Latino music.
It's lit.
And I don't even understand it.
Glad to hear that. Music is very important. We listen to it every day. I've been listening to BTS's new album, which gives me all types of emotions. I've listened to a lot of this, what you're hearing right now, which is just like some lo-fi stuff. So when I listen to this kind of music, it helps me, it allows me to stay in my imagination. And I operate more in my feelings and I can focus on stuff when I'm in this space. If I need to get pumped, I'll listen to more aggressive like rap. That's kind of like how I work. And then other times, I really love Melanie Martinez. So her new album K through 12 is like fire. And NF is like my dude.
I started getting on, but I only got into one song so far.
Melanie Martinez?
No.
NF? BTS?
Blackpink.
Blackpink?
Shout out to Rose.
Oh, Rose is your girl?
She's my girl. That's my girl. I watched her do choreography for, I think it was called Don't Know What to Do With You. That was very.
Is that your song? Is that the song?
Yes.
I don't even know that song.
Yes, it's my song. I'm gonna play that bitch right now.
I'm gonna play it right now.
Yeah, play it right now. Anyways, I don't even understand none of these music. I feel it though. Music comes through my body, through my hips.
Get a copyright strike.
Oh, copyright strike?
I won't get a copyright strike, but I might mute my stream. I'll play it for like 2 seconds. What is it called?
Don't know what to do with you.
I don't know what to do.
Blackpink
with you.
right there. Boom. Choreography. Boom.
Oh, this.
Yes. They're all actually really attractive, but Rose.
Oh wait, let me switch this up to. I think I do know this song, but hold on. Oh, that's not it. Hold on, let me fix this. Oh God. I'll just do this. Hold up.
Oh, so they can watch it too? That's mad gangster.
Oh, okay. That might be
That's
different.
mad gangster.
That you think they're just gonna walk into my house like that?
Who?
Okay, thank you.
I think that was me.
You wanna go look downstairs like right now? Cause that's kind of weird.
Also scream for help.
Yeah, they're out there.
Or just stomp on the floor.
No, we just want to call the phone not to actually come up to the house.
Yeah, that's not supposed to. Anyways, I got into a little of this. That's good. You can just play it, you can stop, no more copyright. But
Oh, that's not your girl though.
nope.
Your girl is probably back there. You know who my girl is?
Who?
Take a guess. Who's my girl?
I don't know all their names, so
There's only 4 of them though. You
I
can't.
know.
You got.
I'm gonna say this
25%
one.
chance. That's Jenny.
nope, so not Jenny.
My girl is Jisoo right here.
Damn, that was my second one. Damn.
But I love Rose's voice.
Yeah, I know. Rose's voice is
Her
amazing.
voice is so good.
I heard. Wait, which one was the one? Wasn't one of them the? Isn't she like the best dancer of all?
Lisa.
Oh,
is
Lisa. Okay,
this
Lisa.
girl
Lisa.
right here.
Lisa. Yeah, there.
Yeah, she's my favorite. I don't know. I think I like her because she's the most Korean.
Roser.
Oh, I know this when it drops. Yeah, okay, I know the song.
Wazzy.
That's your girl.
Yep. She's too fire.
Go find yourself a K-pop star.
I was thinking about that.
Right?
I was thinking about that.
Try it, bro.
I need myself a sugar mama, goddammit. I'm tired of working a 9-5. Or second shift life. Well, the topic, another topic is...
Keep
Well,
messing
no,
this up.
we're gonna stay on music because music's really good. Anyways, hip-hop
What is that?
and dripping.
Oh, why
Girl,
is it dripping?
if it's dripping, you ain't dripping in here. You's dripping somewhere else. Why are you... She thinks
She's
she can
mad.
just give attitude and shit.
She man.
You
I'm
couldn't
about to
catch it?
tackle you to the ground.
She man.
You deserve to be tackled.
Anyways,
I really do need a-
So, are you sharing?
You told me that it was dripping. That's it.
So, are
So
you
she-
sharing?
she has
You
munchies
didn't
right
answer my
now. She's
question.
about
Are you
to.
sharing your food
That
Yes, yes.
with me?
she's literally
How
about
many
to.
could you eat it?
Huh?
How many could you eat it?
What is it?
Cheese and broccoli and chicken.
That's all you got?
There's
Should
like
it-
one. There's is it empanada with cream cheese and guava.
She didn't go vegan
So
friendly.
inconsiderate.
I'm not going
She didn't
to.
go vegan friendly.
Inconsiderate. Anyway,
Like, so are you still?
am I still what?
Like, are you still?
Pescatarian.
What does that mean?
Fish.
Fish?
Seafood.
Seafood?
Yeah, I still do seafood. I just did seafood today, but
Yeah.
most like outside of today, like for the past forever, like most days I'm literally vegan, and then sometimes I might have a piece of candy, or something baked. So that would mean I'm a vegetarian. So I'm explaining the difference, unless you don't. Unless you already know.
You explained to me.
Okay, you got it. All right, work.
You explained to me much. I just want to know how you're doing now. So, if you're still doing that, because
Pescatarian.
I was trying to do the vegetarian Tom Brady meal plan.
Oh, is it vegetarian?
Yes, you can pick which one.
Oh, I'm telling you, these
Oh.
athletes.
Yeah,
Switch
which
it
is
up.
TB12 meal plan. They send you the food. You just eat it. I think the first thing that I had was kale, and that was so dry. A kale salad, and that was so bad.
It's so good for your body.
Yeah, it's so good, but
Yo.
it tastes so bad.
Make it taste better.
Like I just ate what I didn't really put any sauce or anything. I just ate straight
Oh,
up.
okay, no, yeah. Eating it straight up is disgusting.
Like,
I've done it.
yes.
It's not. I do it still.
Yep.
But it's so good for you.
I noticed a lot of them, a lot of people like vegetarians, like they need sauce.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, like
Yeah.
the food as it is, without any type of sauces or seasoning,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't taste like anything, or it doesn't taste good. So.
Next. Hello, Grandma.
How are you?
Yeah, how are you? Hi, Dao.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Hi,
I
Nick.
know.
Hi, Bo.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Haven't seen you for a long time.
I want to see you.
I went on Facebook and I saw you live.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Hi, Dao. How you doing? Oh, you smell good.
Tammy.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks.
I heard your voice. I remember seeing you. Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Doing good.
I am doing good.
That's
Thank
good.
you.
Say hi to my grandma and my grandpa. Missed them.
Who was next to
Who's-
Tammy?
No one.
Yeah, ain't nobody here. What
No
you talking
one.
about?
Who's next to Timmy? Yeah, there's no one here.
Do we know who that person is?
Jude Jaden.
Who's that?
Tell everyone who you are, Jude Jaden.
We need to put a face.
Jude Jaden?
There's a ghost. I believe in ghosts. Don't fuck with me. I believe in negative energy, and there's completely negative. There is a ghost.
You know, there was a video I posted on Instagram about multi-universes,
Ooh.
And after listening to that,
This is a real touchy topic for me. I like it.
it's interesting because it basically says that there's a theory, and I do believe it, that there's parallel universes, as in there's also different versions of us going around, right? So she explained to me that a story that she had heard from this one guy was this guy was pretty much saying, hey, people who do ghost investigations and stuff, at these times of day, I hear footsteps in my house and it's fucking terrifying. Help me. They come through, they measure and whatever with their equipment, and they're like, it's there, but we're not getting ghost vibes. So then they're like, you know what? Can we measure or whatever your footsteps down the stairs and stuff? So they did it, and then they're like, okay, the footsteps that we're hearing are the exact same cadence. They match each other. It's the same shit. Our theory and our guess is that it's not a ghost. It's you in a parallel universe.
Like Insidious.
So what if ghosts?
Like part one,
So
part two.
so now it's in a world of like there's other spirits, but like imagine like spirits around you are just like parallel versions of you and not actually other spirits. That's crazy.
It blows my mind. I didn't look at it like that.
I never thought of it that way.
I never thought of it like that. What either? So what explains the negativity of like a demon and stuff? Like, how can you explain that?
I'm
Like, 'cause
I'm not saying that theory rules all,
Okay.
but I think there's just a bunch of things intertwined.
Yeah.
I think demons and all that kind of stuff, they could either be real or the stuff that I'm learning is just manifestation of your own mind, where you think about it so much that you manifest that in a different, like you're manifesting that energy,
Mhm.
and then the energy hovers around you.
Wow.
So like your brain has the power to do all that.
Well,
So-
like there's like a theory, like how like we have urban legends. Sometimes
Yeah.
they come true because of how popular it gets
Exactly.
and how much
Yeah.
we feed into it. So the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe in that too. I think that's how powerful our minds are. We believe in something so much. We could think ourselves to death. We could also think ourselves to greatness. Like that's how powerful the mind is, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
And that just really got me like.
Dude, I know, right?
I wasn't thinking, but I just thought about ghosts, and that if you're negative, that you attract them because
Yeah.
they feed off the negativity. But that's why I've always tried to be positive.
But it's also if you believe in it.
Yeah,
that's
if
it.
you believe in it.
I do believe
the
in it.
belief.
I feel like I'm too positive for the ghosts to be around me.
Feel that.
I mean,
I just try to be kind.
I'm just a ray of light.
I think that way too.
But lately, I've been having doubts because I've been waking up with scratches, and it's not because of girls.
scratches too.
And not because of girls. Like right here, I have one right here randomly.
I had scratches on my back too, but I couldn't reach it. It
See,
was like
fucking
It
weird.
was like a scratch, literally like from my back all the way down my spine, like near my spine, and I couldn't reach it at
I
all.
have, like,
and I woke up with
just
it.
scratches.
Yeah.
But it was like one long scratch. Like I can't even reach it either.
Yeah. So like, stuff like that has got me like paranoid recently because I've kind of shaken it off all the time.
Maybe you're
Actually.
sleepwalking, you just crash into something, you just scratch yourself while you're sleepwalking. Like,
Damn. See, now that's different. See, damn. So now I gotta think. I gotta put a camera in my room,
just record your room.
right? But I've
Can you
had.
guys explain why my wife and kids left me? Yes, bro. If you're still here, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro.
What?
Matthew Show, sub, donuts. Don't pretend you don't want one. Oh. Saying I hate ghosts. The Sloth's still here. And I guess I was gonna say
Hey,
Mom Netra, but I was like Netra.
And forking with a Marnie.
If I don't know if they're still
Watching.
here, but
If they're still
you
here.
guys here, love
They
you.
came through. Nathan. That's my guy. Rest in peace, Kobe. There's another thing too. I realized
Oh,
a
you're gonna
lot.
bring that up?
Yeah.
You're gonna bring up Kobe as a topic?
Yes.
Or okay, alright.
So like, there's not. This is also has to do with drugs too.
Oh.
I've been experimenting with drugs. I'm not talking about the bad drugs. Actually, I lied. They're all bad, but not the worst ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I've tried. E, and that has made me more appreciative of everyone around me, and especially with the Kobe situation. I've tried acid, but those are the only two things that really stick with. Nothing too crazy yet. But I just want to say that everything that's been happening made me more appreciative of everyone. And that life is short. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Yeah.
He was a legend. He was a legend. He even made Michael Jordan cry. And his wife is strong. I felt like everybody felt that one.
I felt it, and I don't watch sports. I was shook that I felt it too.
That's how crazy of an impact that he had. And I inspired to be like him, and I'm pretty sure Nate did too, because that's what his name is on my phone, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
But he likes Marcus Smart, so what can you do, Nate? What else? Yes. So I appreciate everybody that has come into my life, friends, family, acquaintances, cousins. I made sure that everybody has received my energy of positivity and carry that with them to the day I die. But like, this person was always positive. He's always smiling, even though he has a broken heart. That's one thing. Oh. What else? Got like 2 minutes. That's all I can think of right now. Next topic. YouTube.
Oh, YouTube.
Boom, everybody out here, quick 2 minutes. Tell you right now, YouTube's coming soon. Fitness, cars, car reviews,
Bro, do it.
clothing reviews, tech reviews, everything. Coming next season.
When is next season?
Next season. Just next season. Winter
Spring?
strikes. Spring mostly. I'm mainly gonna start my YouTube channel off on my truck. I have a truck for everyone who doesn't know.
I didn't know
A Tundra. I love her. Her name is Vanessa. I'm a car guy.
that.
Anyways, that's what I'm gonna start it on. I feel like I can help everybody here, give information about cars. I hate when people just go and get a car that they just like and they don't know about the car, or they don't know what the model is, how much they're paying for, and they get ripped off. Pretty sure mostly everybody knows that. But like other
That's
people
gonna
who,
be me.
See, a lot of people.
what do you mean that's gonna be you? Like
That's gonna be me.
buying a car? Buying a rental
My
car? Yeah, and it's fine. It's totally understandable. Like, you can buy whatever you want. There's no nothing to. But if you're just gonna buy a car and you don't even realize that what you paid for example, like you could get like, what do you call it?
Look at that. I'm looking up what car should I buy. Who shows up? 5 used cars you should buy. The best and worst first cars to
No.
buy. See that? You gotta be making videos like that.
Yes, exactly. But on topic of the cars, Maseratis, they're well above 40,000 to anywhere to 80,000 brand new. But for that price and all that stuff that you get from a Maserati is not worth the price. You could get a better car for a GTR R34. Shout out to all my car guys who knows that.
The guy who seems to be killing it is Scotty Kilmer. This old man is the most consistent YouTuber when it comes to cars. Let's see if there's any other people.
Yeah, but I watch a lot of YouTube videos on cars and everything, and I feel like I have a strong sense of what the viewers want because I myself am a viewer.
The only fast cars I'd buy. Wow, he knows what he's doing, this man.
Yep.
5 cars you should
One
never
last
buy.
topic.
Yep.
Give us a topic.
You don't have any more?
Nope. Topic 10. Anime.
Oh, sorry, that's all I'm
Boom.
looking at right now.
Anime. I can watch it with the subtitles. That's all I have to say.
Dude, you know there's like, you know the movie Parasite, right?
I haven't watched it.
So
I
it's
heard it's
really
good.
good, but there are people who complained about the movie because they didn't realize that it's in Korean.
Shout out my guy Dylan.
So they saw the
Love you,
subtitles,
Dylan.
and then someone had a clap. I think it was the director
Get
who had
it.
a clap back.
Young
I'm like,
Paul.
I'm sorry if you guys don't know how to read. I was like, ooh,
Yo.
that's why you don't like subtitles, because you can't read, bitch.
Burn.
That's funny.
That was the
Burn.
best clap back I've ever heard.
So, we're almost near to the end of this stream.
Yeah.
Everyone who has watched,
Anything you want to say?
just want to say I love you guys. Shout out to all my family, friends that I've
Love you too,
gone
man.
connected to within the past year, and all the people I met through Vitana. I met a lot of good people from Vitana. Shout out Donna and Kevin. I love you guys.
That's what's up. Love
And
it,
that's
man.
it. Part 2.
That's it.
Part 3 on the way.
Alright. Well, I guess that's the end of the stream. Thank you all for tuning in. It'll still be here on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube and Twitch.
Matthew. It was good, Anthony.
Anthony.
Let's get, baby.
Molina. Yeah, we about to bounce. So, peace. I do this every Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m.
King shit.
Pieces. This one's ending. And then this one's ending.